Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat Radio, brought to you, of course, by The Hard Truth here at the Hard Truth Distilling Company Studios, joined by one of our favorites, a great friend of the show, just a great person, always has been, a great Hoosier by means of the state of Indiana, and now a Wolverine. But Dusty May, of course, joins us. Dusty, first of all, it's awesome to see your rise in this hard work and clean living. I know it always pays out in the end, right?
For the most part, yes. A lot of elbow grease, a lot of good work to get to this position. I started, a lot of people had to pour into you, invested in, help you along the way. And I'm very grateful.
It's been fun to watch your teams play, first of all, because your FAU teams were just great to watch. You can see all these great fundamentals that you had put in place with the defense and finding, it's kind of like Kurt Signetti, and finding the right fit. It didn't always have to be the highest ranked player or whatever, but the right fit for what you're doing.
Absolutely. We were very fortunate to believe in development, and they love the games, they love the work. And I think when you recruit competitors usually figure out how to win. And that might look different each night, it might look different from year to year. But we really value guys that compete at a high level and have a strong desire to improve. And we're trying to do the same thing in Michigan. These competitors, they know they need each other. They know what has to win. They understand they have to be connected offensively. And so I think
there's been tons of change, of course, in not just college basketball, but college athletics. But as we know, everyone just has to adjust, and it seems most coaches have adjusted. I look at football. I love what I see. Man, do I feel in the Big Ten this year. We can look and think who we think might be what, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what Dusty's got at Michigan. I don't know what Brett Underwood, he always comes up with something. So it's going to be very interesting to see what everybody has brought together. When you have to change your location like you did, how hard is it to get that quickly under to where you want it to be?
It's tough, especially now. We still don't know exactly because the games were. But what I will say is the NFL I guess have a parity every year. You never know who's going to be this far. And obviously, teams to grow, to improve. The NBA is it more difficult this summertime? Once we have our rosters, it's the exact same way. Your teams feel the same way. There's nothing to do once you have to get together. It's just getting there is a little bit slippery than ever before. But I think parity, big games. I think we look at the college football. Right? I got to sit first row, watch Michigan versus USC go down to the third final play, and that's a conference game that wouldn't have been played for expansion. So I think we just have a tendency as a society to see the absolute worst in every situation, and I think if we just flip the script and look at the best that it brings, we'd all be happy.
I've sat in seats that kind of close to the ones you're talking about. Loudest place I have ever been in that I can recall in my life. It's unbelievable. Michigan, a huge sports program, not basketball, football. It's a huge sports program. They love their sports. They've got great support. When you, growing up a Big Ten guy, once you found out you're going to be coaching in the Big Ten, that'd be just exciting.
An absolute dream come true. And obviously, Indiana basketball was a religion growing up. But outside of Indiana, Michigan basketball was a pretty big deal. When you grew up in the mid-'90s, as I did, watching the Fab Five and seeing those games go to the wire. Same thing with Illinois. You remember those games in Jefferson against the Illinois teams in Anderson. Those games they were electric. And to be a part of that and hopefully contribute more Big Ten basketball, Michigan basketball. Now, I will say this: when you take a job like this and you get a chance to work with Michigan football, you don't expect to go to Wilmington hoping for a win. The way I use playing right now, they're making it tough for everyone, the way they score the ball, the amount of passion and energy they're playing with. What a great hire with Coach Signetti. But yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to watching Michigan that game. And it's been fun to be a part of the football environment.
Well, I have to be honest, it has been a blast on my end of getting to cover a winning football program. We're used to trying to deal with that with basketball, but seeing in football has been really fun. Michigan, of course, has lived that life for a long time. So this is not their first rodeo there, but yeah, we'll get a chance to see that later this year. The Big Ten, the big changes there as well with 4 new teams in the conference. It doesn't sound like a big addition, but it is. You're talking UCLA and all that tradition, and USC, but also Oregon has been a really strong program, and Washington is probably going to not be far behind now that they're in the league.
Yeah, it's not as if we're connecting 3 times to get to LA anymore. It's what, an hour and a half longer of a flight than if we played in Florida or at Penn State, whatever the case. So I think a little for basketball and football and the sports charter, it's not that big of a deal. But to add the brands, the coaching, just the story programs that the Big Ten was able to add, what a cool piece. Add the LA market to it, the NBA cities. I can't see any downside to it for our sport, and obviously you're adding 4 more national championship contenders to an already daunting league schedule.
Absolutely, and I won't even ask you what it was like when you realize you're going to go to Michigan, because it's just a gigantic program, like I said, in all areas. But that's one of the biggest sports programs in the country, period. You're one of the top destinations that there is. That also has to be exciting. That's not just to be in the league, but to have charge over that, something like that.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's one of the top 5 brands in the world, college athletic brands in the world, maybe top 2 or 3. But it's just a special place. The town, it's a lot. Big Ten towns have a different feel. There's such a strong connection between the communities, the universities, and everyone. And so Michigan has that, and it feels right at this time. And Ann Arbor is an amazing place to live. I love Florida, especially in January, February, but I forgot how nice the Midwestern summer, Michigan summer was compared to South Florida summer.
Talk again in January.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of dates I was looking for on the schedule. As coaches, I know we're all different, but I don't like looking at our schedule because it gets you too far out front of the day-to-day. But I was hoping that we'd get the LA trip on Christmas break, where we might get to spend an extra day or 2.
You may have to put that suggestion in there to the old
Well, we did it. We're January 4th and 7th, so we're going to be able to get a little vitamin D and J.
Yes. Look at you, the Midas touch. Absolutely. Do you go to Indiana this year? I don't remember the schedule.
We go to Indiana. I don't think they come.
Yeah. And you may not even want to think about it, but the thought of coming into Assembly Hall as a coach, not only just a coach, but a coach of a Big Ten team, that is capable of winning and all of that, that is going to have to be a very different emotional experience for you.
It will be a surreal moment. Obviously, we'll try to get all the emotion out the day before when you walk in for sure. And you get acclimated. It'll be tough because there's so many people here that I still really care about, have relationships with. But as a coach, I have a very good ability to compartmentalize what's important and focus on the game and all the distractions that come before and after that 40 minutes is happening. Our job will be focused on trying to find a way to beat the Hoosiers back.
Dusty, I cannot thank you enough as always, buddy, for taking your time to be with us, and we'll look forward to talking to you again. Good luck this year.
Thanks for having me on.
Dusty May joining us here from the Hard Truth Studios, the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Plenty more coming up on Indiana Sports Beat Radio right after this.